Delly almost died guarding Steph Curry.
He's a killer.
He's shooting shots that you don't think he's going to shoot.
It's honestly hell.
It's crazy. You know, you really got to get your rest. You got to be well conditioned because he's going to make you pay if you're not.
Never seen that before.
The ball is not the problem with Steph Curry.
He's
the fucking problem. Steph is most dangerous when he doesn't have the ball, which is not. It's not many guys all time in our league that's most dangerous without the ball.
Yeah.
I'm telling them, listen, guys. I've been in more than enough wars with those guys. More than enough. I understand it, so I get it. I come from a different point of view, POV. But when Steph decides to cut inside the lane, don't relax. He's coming back up.
Right. Yeah.
He's coming back up. But you have to have, that's reps and reps and reps and reps of actually guarding something that's uncomfortable. Guarding Steph is uncomfortable. And the problem with our guys in our league, they're not comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's why Steph and Golden State will always be relevant, because they play an uncomfortable style of play.
God knows what. I just want to know who is the toughest to guard and have a game plan for when y'all got them type of games.
I mean, I ain't gonna disrespect any other three, but like game planning, it was definitely more like Steph has, because he's dangerous the second he crosses half court, and he don't need the ball to be like to kill you. You know what I mean? So game planning was definitely like going like more towards Steph. And then because KD's isolation, KD's, you know, pick and roll here and there, you know, down like fast break transition stuff, like that stuff that like, you know, he's gonna make shots. Like you got to make it as tough as possible, but he gonna make shots. Whereas this with Steph, it's like he's gonna fly around the court.
Just about to say
he's gonna pull up from 34, 40 feet, like.
And then he a cold passer at that too.
Then he'll pass it, and then you're relaxed, and then next thing you know, he's like taking back off. So like I think you had the game plan more towards Steph.
And toughest player to guard for you in the league?
Well, Steph, yeah. Just because it's not like it's a different type of game when you're guarding him. You're shooting shots that you don't think he's going to shoot. So it just puts you in a different place, you know? You're trying to match that energy, match that rhythm.
I love Delly to death, but Delly almost died guarding Steph Curry. No, literally almost died. We have footage of this man in an ice tub, like literally to his neck trying to guard this man.
You're not wrong, by the way. I actually, randomly on my Twitter feed the other day, a Dellavedova montage video popped up from the 15 finals. And I was like, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to take the time to watch this.
Man.
Fuck, he tried.
He tried.
No, he battled his ass off.
What?
Like, competed.
I love, just from watching that, Dellavedova is by far one of my greatest people I like of all time. Like, he literally gave everything he had, and there was no excuse. There wasn't like, oh, he just had it going. It was like, no, it's like, oh, I'm trying, or no. It wasn't none of that. He could barely talk after. That's how hard he was trying. Like that respect level to me, it goes through the roof.
Just how much is that who you have to be, and how exhausted are you after doing that on both ends of the court?
Did y'all see that clip of J.R. Smith? You know, talking about Delly? Did y'all see that clip? That's just real. it's real. I mean, obviously, you know, I didn't guard Steph the entire game, but like most of the first quarter, most of the fourth quarter, I guarded him. Yeah, that clip is real.
All right, so every question. Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart. You have defended Steph Curry a whole lot in this series. Can you just walk me through? I know you've touched on it before. the trials, the triumph, the effort, the exhaustion that it takes to go up against a player like him night in and night out?
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, you really got to get your rest. You got to be well conditioned because he's going to make you pay if you're not. And we all see what he can do. And if you're not ready for it, he'll chew you up and spit you out. So, you know, you got to be ready. You got to be ready for anything. You got to be ready for anything that they throw at you at any given time, you know, because when you fall asleep or you think that he's not done or that he's done moving or the play isn't for him, and that's when he's gone. So you really got to be on your P's and Q's with him, and if you're not, then you're in trouble.
You have had the challenge of guarding players like Steph, players like Giannis. You all have had a incredibly difficult run up until getting to this point. Who's the most difficult player to guard?
Oh, man. Right now, it probably is Steph, you know, just because of the way he affects the game. You know, he can score on every level on the court and in some levels that we didn't even know existed. So he definitely poses a challenge for us that most teams don't. You know, the way that, like I said, he spaces the floor and he makes his teammates better and he makes the right play every single time. And if you're not ready and you're not down and you don't got your matchups ready, it's going to be trouble for you. And when you got a player like that, it takes full team effort, and that's what we're just trying to be doing every night.
What's going through your head, speaking of alphas, with Steph, Game 7?
Yeah, I mean, that was unbelievable. Like, I look back on it, too, and I don't want to, like, put myself in his head, like, what he was thinking going into that game, but, like, he took 38 shots in that game. And it was basically like, if we're going to lose this, I need to have an all-time bad shooting night. Like if Steph Curry takes 38 shots at the percentage that he usually shoots at, like he's going to get anywhere from 40 to 60 to 70 points, like depending on how well he shoots. And for him to take 38 shots and end up with 20 to 30, like he'd have to shoot crazy low or for him a really bad percentage. So his mentality in that game was also just like, man, I'm not going to let my team lose. And he saw first couple going early. What we were trying to do is obviously just make everything tough and be super physical to start the game, just so we could try to keep him out of his rhythm or his flow. Just because when he sees a couple go down, it just snowballs and you can't stop him, and he gets to everything, and he can score at any level. That it just felt like in that game he was going to try to will his team to victory, and it didn't matter how many shots it took to get there.
Going head to head with Steph, what was that like?
It's honestly hell.
Be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, the way he moves without the ball is the worst part. Just
hell
because
on Under Armour. Hell on Under Armour.
Yeah, but just the way he moves without the ball, the weight. I mean, it's honestly their system too. It fits him to perfection. You know, you literally can't ever relax. And I remember game 1 and 2, chasing him and Clay around, and I couldn't make a shot. Everybody's looking at me like, why can't you make a shot? I'm like, I ain't got no legs. But yeah, no, his approach to the game too is special. Just the way that he, sees the game and the way he goes about the game. It was a lot of fun to play them, obviously.